लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टकी. Hare Krishna. Welcome everyone. Today we are going to read Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, 3rd canto, 3rd chapter, titled as Lord Krishna's Pastimes out of Vṛndāvana, text number 11. Uddhavji is reciting this shloka to Vidurji. You can repeat after me. Shambaram dvidam bhanam muram balval mevacha anyamcha dantavakradin anyascha dantavakradin avadhit kamsacha ghaya avadhit kamsacha ghataya. Translation. Of kings like Sambara, Dvivida, Bāṇa, Mūra, Balvala, and many other demons such as Dantavakra, some he killed himself and some he caused to be killed by others, like Sri Balramji. So in these pastimes, we are hearing about how Lord Krishna defeated all the demoniac personalities. Yesterday we learned about Kaliyavana. Kaliyavan, he was a friend of Kansa. After defeating and killing Kansa, then Kaliyavan, Jarasandha and Shalva, they made a team and they tried to harass Lord Krishna and all the citizens of Vṛndāvana. And yesterday we saw how Lord Krishna killed Kaliyavana and Jarasandha. Kaliyavana was killed with the help of King Muchukanda, and Jarasandha was killed by Bhima. Lord Krishna allowed them to be killed by his devotees because he wanted them to be Nimitta Matra. We learned about the Nimitta Matra yesterday, how Lord Krishna is very kind and he wants to glorify his devotees. That is how Lord Krishna induced Kaliyavana to run and chase him towards the cave where Muchukanda Maharaj was having a deep sleep. And as soon as Kaliyavana disturbed the sleep of Muchukanda Maharaj, at that time Muchukanda Maharaj opened the eyes and Kaliyavana was burned to ashes. And then Jarasandha was also killed by Bhima when they dressed it as Brahmana and asked Jarasandha to fight with them. And at that time, Lord Krishna guided how to cross over his separated body parts, and then Jarasandha was killed. Now in this shloka, the names of other demons who were defeated and killed by Lord Krishna or Balramji or by other devotees, the names are mentioned here. Sambara, Dvivida. Dvivida was killed by Lord Balramji. Bāṇasura, Mūra Lord Krishna killed. Murari, that's why Krishna is called Murari. Balvala, and many other demons such as Dantavakra. Now this Dantavakra, he is avatar of Jai and Vijay. Jai and Vijay, they are in one of the incarnation, they appeared as a Hiranyakashipu. Another incarnation, they appeared as Shishupal and Dantavakra. So this is the Dantavakra is another incarnation.
These were the three.
So Dantavakra is another demon who was killed by Lord Krishna. So in this way, all the demoniac personalities were defeated by Lord Krishna. We'll go to the next shloka. In the next shloka, Uddhavji is glorifying Lord Krishna and he's saying, Atha te bhratir putrana pakshayo patitan rupana Chachala bhuva kurukshetram yesham apatatam bale. Then, O Vidura, Lord caused all the kings, both the enemies and those on the side of your fighting nephews, to be killed in the battlefield of Kurukshetra. All those kings were so great and strong that the earth seemed to shake as they traversed the warfield. So here Uddhavji is describing how Lord Krishna participated in Kurukshetra war. In addition to defeating and demolishing all the demoniac kings separately, he did a mass removal of the demoniac people in the battlefield of Kurukshetra. Lord Krishna said, I do not want to go separately, individually, and it's too much time wasting. So he brought everybody on the one battle of Kurukshetra. And then what did he do? He put everybody together and everybody was removed, all the demoniac people. So here it is said that the Lord caused all the kings, both the enemies and those on the side of your fighting nephews, to be killed in the battlefield of Kurukshetra. So he said, the Lord who caused all this. So he is the one who wanted to clean up. So he says, Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata abhyudhanam adharmasya tadadmanam shujamyaham. So Lord Krishna came to remove the irreligious elements. It is in the Kurukshetra, battlefield of Kurukshetra. Now Kurukshetra is near Delhi in Haryana, and Kurukshetra also was called as Dharmakshetra. Kurukshetre, Dharmakshetre, Kurukshetre, Samaveta, Yudsavaha. So all those fighters, they desiring to fight, they assembled in the battlefield of Kurukshetra. Now Kurukshetra is a Dharmakshetra. So all the Devi Devtas also used to come to Kurukshetra to perform religious sacrifices. And there is a Brahma Sarovar. If you ever go to Kurukshetra, आप गए हैं कुरुक्षेत्र, तो वहाँ पे एक ब्रह्मा जी का कुंड है, ब्रह्म सरोवर. तो बड़े बड़े देवी देवता भी कुरुक्षेत्र आते थे भगवान की प्रार्थना करने के लिए. तो ये धर्म क्षेत्र है, तो यहाँ पे कोई अधर्म का कार्य नहीं हो सकता है. इसलिए जैसे कि कोई खेत में आपने पौधे लगाए हैं, अनाज लगाया है, और कोई उसमें अननेसेसरी प्लांट्स आ जाते हैं, वीड्स, उसको कहते हैं वीड्स. वीड्स को तो क्या करते हैं, वीड्स निकाल दिए जाते हैं. वैसे ही कुरुक्षेत्र में अननेसेसरी जो तत्व थे सबको निकाल दिया गया और सिर्फ पांडव बचे, क्योंकि वो धर्म के रास्ते पे चल रहे थे. इसलिए भगवान ने क्या किया, तो सबको कुरुक्षेत्र में बुला लिया. जितने लोगों का संहार करना था, तो बोले कि अभी इनको एक एक करके तो बहुत टाइम जा रहा है. तो पहले तो एक एक करके चुन के भगवान ने, जैसे हमने सबके नाम लिए, द्विविधा, शांबरा, शाल्व, जरासंध, काल यवन, मुरा, बलवल, द्विविधा, बाणासुर, दंतवक्र, ऐसे बहुत सारे डीमन इकट्ठा हो गए थे. लॉर्ड्स ऑफ demoniac personalities. So now Lord Krishna wanted to do mass cleaning. So he said, okay, let's everybody gather on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. And then he caused them to fight. All those kings were so great and strong that the earth seemed to shake as they traversed the warfield. These demons, like Duryodhana and his company, they were very powerful actually. So when they walked on the earth used to shake. They were really so powerful kings. So Lord Krishna cleaned up all the weeds from the battlefield of Kurukshetra, and he established the dharma, and he protected his devotees. So all the Pandavas were saved because they were devotees and they were walking on the path of dharma, on the path of righteousness, while the people who are on the irreligious or on the wrong path, they were shown the proper path, like that. So in this way, Lord caused all the kings on both the sides. It says, Atha te bhatar putrana. So, bhatar putrana. So, all the Kauravas and Pandavas, they were the children of Bhatru. Bhatru means the brother's son. So, Pandu and Dhritarashtra's son. All of them. So, Pandavas and Kauravas. Pakshayo patitan nrapah chachala bhuha kurukshetram yesham apatam balehe. So in this way, Lord Krishna caused all of them to be defeated on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. The next shloka we'll consider, we have some time, so we can read one more shloka. Sakarna dushasana saubalanam kumantrapakina hata shriyasham suyodhanam shanucharam shayanam bhagnorum urvayam nananda pashyam. Translation. Duryodhana was bereft of his fortune and the duration of life because of the intricacy of ill advice given by Karna, Dushasana and Saubala. When he lay on the ground with his followers, his thighs broken, although he was powerful, the Lord was not happy to see the scene. So here the last moment of Duryodhana is mentioned here, that how Duryodhana was defeated. The fall of Duryodhana, the leading son of Dhritarashtra, was not pleasing to Lord, although he was on the side of Arjuna, and it was he who advised Bhima how to break the thigh of Duryodhana while the fight was going on. So Dhritarashtra's elder son Duryodhana was the main person who was responsible for entire Mahabharata war actually. And while the battle was going on, at the end, Lord Krishna guided Bhima how to defeat Duryodhana. Duryodhana's entire body had become like a solid metal body, iron body, because of the blessing of Gandhari, except his thighs, which were not protected by that solid metal protection. So, while the battle between Bhima and Duryodhana was going on, Lord Krishna indicated to Bhima that hit him on the thighs, then only he can be defeated. So, as soon as Bhima hit him on the thighs, which was against the rule of Gadayuddha, but then he had to be punished. And then as soon as Bhima hit him on the thighs, the Duryodhana fell and he started bleeding. Seeing this, Lord Krishna was not happy. The Lord is constrained to award punishment upon the wrongdoers, but he is not happy to award such punishment because the living entities are originally his parts and parcel. He is harder than the thunderbolt for the wrongdoer and softer than the rose for the faithful. The wrongdoer is misled by bad associates and by ill advice, which is against the established principles of Lord's order, and thus he becomes subject to punishment. The surest path to happiness is to live by the principles laid down by Lord and not disobey his established laws, which are enacted in Vedas and Puranas for forgetful living entities. So, Lord Krishna, even though he punished Duryodhana, Lord Krishna thinks that every living entity is his part and parcel. They are their children. So, कभी-कभी माता पिता अपने बच्चों को शिक्षा तो देते हैं, पनिशमेंट देते हैं, और बच्चे को क्योंकि सुधारना है बच्चों को, लेकिन माता पिता को भी दुख होता है कि क्या हम बच्चों को पनिशमेंट कर रहे हैं, लेकिन क्या करें, बच्चे सुनते नहीं है तो पनिशमेंट करना पड़ता है। वैसे ही भगवान यहाँ पे दुर्योधन को पनिशमेंट दिया है, लेकिन भगवान को लग रहा है कि ये जीव बहुत सफ़र करेगा, उसको बहुत दुख होने वाला है जब उसको मृत्यु हो रही है, तो भगवान को भी थोड़ा फील होता है।
भगवान की आज्ञा नहीं मानते।
हाँ, भगवान की आज्ञा नहीं मानते हैं, लेकिन भगवान भी अपने भक्तों का भी ख्याल रखते हैं, और जो भी भक्तों जिसको भगवान सजा देते हैं तो उसके अच्छे के लिए सजा देते हैं, कोई उसमें कोई उनका ये नहीं है कि वो शायद सुधर जाए, बस यही भगवान की इच्छा है। बैड wrong doers are misled by bad associates and by ill advice, है ना। तो हमारा एसोसिएशन है, उसमें अगर हमारा संग खराब हो गया, किसी ने गलत एडवाइस दे दिया, then we will be punished according to laws of nature. The surest path to happiness तो क्या है, तो भगवान के नियमों का पालन करना। जो भी भगवान के नियमों, क्या है भगवान के नियम, क्या है, तो 4 नियम है। नो illicit activities, or no intoxication, no gambling, no meat eating, and then reading Bhagavad Gita, Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam daily, नित्यम भागवत सेवया, भगवान के नाम का स्मरण करना। तो अगर ये हम करेंगे तो फिर श्योर पाथ टू हैप्पीनेस, बाकी कोई रास्ता नहीं है। कलयुग में हम कितना भी कुछ खुश होने का प्रयत्न करें, unless and until we surrender to Krishna, bhakti is the surest path for happiness. There is no other way, no other way, no other way. Hare Naam eva kevalam kalau nasti kalau nasti kalau nasti evam gatir anyatha. So the surest path which is highlighted here is to live by the principles of bhakti yoga. And bhakti yoga means surrender to Lord and obey the instructions which are mentioned in Bhagavad Gita. But Lord Krishna has given the Bhagavad Gita, which is a law book for all of us. So कभी कभी हमें कुछ रूल्स चाहिए, नियम चाहिए, क्या क्या नियम होने चाहिए, तो हमारे जीवन के सभी नियम भगवद गीता में दिए गए हैं, और हमें भगवद गीता का ठीक से पढ़ाई करना चाहिए। अभी कल जनवरी 1 है, गीता मैराथन कंप्लीट होने वाला है कल, तो we wanted to distribute as many Bhagavad Gitas as possible, and we have distributed some Gitas. Thanks to all who supported us, and hopefully we can distribute more throughout 2023. So we'll pause here, we'll continue our study of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam.